All right, this is the last time I'm going to do this. I can't honestly tell you how many times I've tried to do this. I'm Buster Brown. I'm one of the founders of Biker Church in New Jersey, and I'm also a full patch member of Rugged Cross Motorcycle Club. This is your average Christian biker. Now, this part of average Christian biker is what I like to call Proverbs Daily. So what I'm going to do is every day of the month, I'm going to read a chapter of Proverbs. Proverbs has 31 chapters. So for every day of the month, like July 1st, I'll read the first chapter of Proverbs. Now, it's not July 1st. It's really cold outside and I'm at work. So otherwise I'd probably be out on my bike, or I'd be out, because the channel is your average Christian biker. It would be more fitting. I don't know. But anyway, I'm really new at all this, and I hope you guys just bear with me and stick with me and learn and grow as I grow and I learn myself. As far as the channel goes and things like that. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. So Proverbs Daily, when you'll get to know me and you'll get to know my testimony as we go along. But one thing that I always say is that I have two testimonies. I have one testimony from when I started believing in Jesus, and then there's another testimony when I actually started walking the right way. And well, I'm still not, I sin and fall short every day now. But when I first started trying, I went to my pastor at the time, and I told him, I said, I'm making so many mistakes. I just make bad decisions. I'm just constantly making bad decisions. And he actually was the one that told me, he said, read a Proverbs daily. So that is what I'm kind of sharing with you. We'll get into salvation and all kinds of other stuff on this channel, but we're also going to do some really cool stuff, like going to events. We're going to be throwing events with Rugged Cross. We're going to be going to Biker Church in New Jersey. Please look both of those up on the internet. Google them on the internet and find them. Biker Church in New Jersey, it's on Facebook, and so is Rugged Cross. But thanks for coming, and I'm going to start reading. The purpose of Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 1. The purpose of Proverbs. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, king of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance by exploring the meaning in these proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. A father's exhortation acquire wisdom. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. My child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. They may say, come and join us. Let's hide and kill someone. Just for fun. Let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death. Think of the great things we'll get. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we take. Come throw in your lot with us. We'll share the loot. My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. Wisdom shouts in the streets. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. She calls to the crowd along the main street, to those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come and listen to my counsel. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh at you when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish, distress overwhelm you. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me, for they hated knowledge, and they chose not to fear the Lord. They rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. For simpletons turns away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency, but all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. And that's Proverbs chapter 1, and that was the NLT version. So the reason why I use the NLT version is it's just easier for me to read. There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that really think that the King James version is the only version to ever use. And you know, I typically when I try and study, let's try that again. Typically when I study, I like to have 2 or 3 versions. Like the YouVersion app I use a lot, so I can make sure it all kind of ties in together and makes sense. And usually it does. It really all makes sense to me. But anyway, that was me reading that. My favorite part, I had a couple. It really hit home. Therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. That was, I remember when I first read that years ago, and I remember writing it down and having it and carrying it with me, because I finally, it's like like the scales fell off my eyes, you know, or you know, like a blind guy finally being able to see, duh, I'm doing everything the wrong way because I'm doing everything my way. And later on I realized, you know, it's God's way. But also, teaching point I use for my kids is the first part. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. I like to use that one for my kids. Probably, I don't know if that's good or bad, you know? But, anyway. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's probably only going to be about 10 minutes long, I'm hoping. Alright, love you guys. Alright guys, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Average Christian Bike. You know, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, if you want to reach out to me, hit me up on averagechristianbiker@gmail.com. And please, look up Biker Church, New Jersey. If you're in the area, we'd like to see you. Anyway, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.